Okay, hey you guys, we are down in our root cellar. Quick little backstory, when we bought this property, one of the things we loved about it, mostly was just the property, but one of the things we loved about it were the details and the character in the house, because our house is over 100 years old. And of course comes along with that comes some issues, but there were things that we loved. We loved like the original hardwood floors, the original trim, all these cute little things. And one of the things that I really liked about this house was the 100-year-old root cellar. And you guys have seen, we have done a little mini tour video before of what we keep in our root cellar. I just love how it has the old stone, and above here is like a little front porch that's on the front of our house. And we have this area that we take advantage of storage on the floor and storage on these two shelves. And it has been a blessing because storage is a hot commodity in our house. Our house is not large, but we do have a basement, we do have a root cellar, and we do have a storage room in our basement. And that saves us here. But I have only ever showed you guys this section of the root cellar. I've never showed you the part that needs a lot of attention and a lot of help. So let's switch spots, Josh. Okay, so this side of the root cellar, I don't know, sometimes in the YouTube world it's hard to grasp space, but we obviously have this really big shelving unit that we use for storage as well. But behind here and this whole L-shaped corner is old, you can tell, old shelving. It's falling apart. I don't know, Josh, if you can see coming this way or not, but it's falling apart. It needs to be torn out and redone and renovated. It even had like old, I can't reach it, but like old jars that I still haven't thrown away since we moved in here. And who knows how long those have been sitting here and how old they are. So this is a project because I need the space. You guys have seen how much we've been canning and how much we've been stocking up and having everything put up for the winter. And so what we're gonna do is move everything out. This is gonna take up a lot of space in my basement. Move out all of our canned goods, tear down the shelving, clean everything up. And our neighbor, this is a huge blessing, our neighbor has offered, they have a bunch of pieces of wood that they're gonna give us for free. So we're gonna be able to renovate this root cellar for free. So you guys are gonna come along for the ride with us and see a start to finish renovation of the root cellar. And I know many of you have been asking for a complete tour of where we're putting all of our root cellar and our storage spaces. So when we're all done, you're gonna see the renovation. When we're all done, you're gonna see a complete tour of our renovated root cellar. So let's get started. Without junk on it. We found some pretty cool bottles. I'll have to show you guys.
We had found an old school, it's bad. It's an old school Sears news article with hats for sale. Super hat sale.
Did you happen to see the year? It's buried now.
It's at least 1960s
1960 vintage it says. Oh, how fun. So yeah, what's your plan of attack? You're getting out the old shelves, which are super decrepit.
Yeah, and there's just random, dead carcasses of bugs and
critters.
Who knows what. So yeah, getting this deconstructed, getting it thoroughly cleaned, and then building shelves after we scrub it.
Hey, but when you have free wood, you gotta build shelves. It's just a rule.
Yeah, that's all the things you find. It's an old school craft mustard lid. Also try craft mustard, mild or nippy.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
That must be like zippy.
Maybe that was before they used the word Z in front of it. Who knows? So it's got quite a bit of depth.
I'm sure there are people watching who will when we show them all of these.
Yeah, I mean, it's
old
probably
bottles.
isn't that old, but it's pretty funny because
It's older than us.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, careful what you're talking about there.
Do I have to save this? We don't need this.
No, we don't need that.
Don't keep that.
Okay.
Why?
Take it upstairs.
Yeah, rinse that out. That's funny.
Ooh, don't breathe in this dust. All right, so we moved out the stuff. This is kind of a cool old.
It's actually from Plano Farmers Grain Company.
So, what's our temperature in here? This is our root cellar. Right now, 55. Is that right? I can't see quite.
How is your coal supply today, they asked?
All right, so we moved all this. You guys can't tell, but we moved everything that was over here for now. So we can get all these old wood shelves out of here and then start cleaning.
But how is your coal supply today? We are evicting spiders.
Which will make Marie extremely happy.
Yeah. So we knocked down the 100-year-old shelves. Well, they probably weren't 100-year-old, but they were probably close to it. So we knocked down all the shelves, got those out of here. I think we're just gonna get this straightened up, cleaned up. I'm hesitant on sealing it too much because you want the breathability of it too.
Okay.
So it might make it feel nice and clean if we do that. So yeah, we're gonna get it cleaned up and then look at the dimensions for getting some shelving here. I think the idea is to get like far enough off the ground for like a 5-gallon bucket at the base, and then we're gonna get some measurements from our different jars and get the decks or the shelving set up in such a way that we can maximize the canning space.
Because it really is mostly for canning stuff.
Yeah.
But even if you do it all at a half-gallon height, I can fit other stuff in there that...
Yeah. But this is mainly going to be a canning room because in a canning room, you don't want exposed perishables that will draw mice.
Yeah.
Because you'll have less rodent activity and droppings and stuff because they have there's no food source.
The space that you're standing in that we're gonna build shelves, how big is that? Like 10 by 10?
10 by 8, 10 by...
Something like that?
Yeah.
It's a good size.
10 by 10, 10 by 8, 10 by 12. It's a giant rectangle.
It's a rectangle.
down here. Yeah.
So
I haven't gotten the tape measure out, but I mean...
it's lots of space.
Almost 10, 12 feet, and then another 8 across here at least. So it's a big farm front porch on it.
So we'll be able to put a lot of storage in here in order.
And we got the old school window to open up with the little wire hook.
He had to fudge it to get it open.
So some light down here.
Actually, you don't want light, but
No, but for us
So
to
we
have
don't
light
need
to
it.
work down here is
Yeah.
nice. I'll probably do some treated lumber just because it is moist down here. Treated lumber for like the areas that contact the concrete.
yeah, it is.
But we did get roughly 2 foot long 2x4s. So I think the idea with that is it'll be nice.
Those are free.
It'll be nice sturdy shelves. But we'll run those forward and backwards, and then the 2x4 width, and we'll just kind of like deck them in here, and those on top of the treated lumber will last a very long time. So
it'll be a little bit of a financial investment, but not that much in the grand scheme of it.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of the materials like secondhand / repurposed in that realm. So we'll, like I said,
good quality.
It'll be
Good
worth
shape.
grabbing some 8 foot long treated 2x4s for the length here and for the up and down, just because, like I said, this is the this is moisture contact.
Yeah, it's touching the earth here. I'm going to show everybody in perspective. So I'm going to switch spots with Josh. Over there, is where we moved some of our storage that was here.
Yeah, and this is like a poured concrete.
That thing's not going anywhere.
No.
The only thing we talked about is maybe building shelves on top of it, but I don't know that we'll see if it's necessary.
Yeah, and that would be something that we could maybe make it easier on ourselves and get this done.
And then
get everything moved over here, and then we can build some shelving on here. And then we have every intention of putting just a little bit of like just a couple inch or 1 inch or so lip on the front of these so that stuff doesn't slide off if there's a little jostling that goes on.
Yes, I don't want to clean up any fallen jars.
Yeah, so it's just something to keep in mind when you're storing glass, and not that we're preparing, like there's some people who are prepping for an atomic bomb or the New Madrid fault line, earthquakes and hurricanes and everything else. There's just some things that you can't, it's worth taking precaution, but it's not worth getting
It's wise using good sturdy shelving, and that's what we're going to do with the wood.
Yeah.
I am so excited to have this done, just to be able to have some organization in here and more storage space, because we've only been using less than half of the space up until this point. So
it was kind of a back burner project that just kind of we need to get done now. Storage is a premium. Okay, we got some cracks to get filled. We got some paint to put up. Grabbed an exterior paint, and we're going to call that good enough for in here. It'll help bond to this concrete a little bit better. Let's see how
are you gonna screw in the long supports? Are you just gonna do it from the angle in?
Yeah, that's what.
we already did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And it works.
We just toenailed them.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because we put a cleat board underneath is what I want to do for the strength of the shelves.
Okay.
Wood right there, but it's gonna be strong.
You're gonna want to work up.
Yep. We are going to talk really quickly about shelving. We have been renovating the root cellar, but this kind of goes for any shelving that you're trying to build that's kind of more heavy duty. We chose to go with some treated lumber in combination with some standard lumber, and basically it's for a couple reasons. Is the treated lumber is designed to be in contact with the environment, which we're in a basement, so it's not like it's super bad environment, but it will encounter moisture at times. So with that being said, all of our uprights, I ended up using treated lumber, which is the green board, and that will give us the option of just having it weather and maintain a little bit longer. We built these shelves so that they could accept the half-gallon size jars with some just a little bit of clearance to get it in and out. Underneath here, we made it tall enough. I think it's 17 inches off the ground for just like a 5-gallon bucket to slide underneath there. So just to give an idea, like I said, 17 inches off the ground gave us plenty of clearance right here. And then in between each of the shelving spaces here, we went about 12 inches. And that's from the bottom of the last board to the actual shelf deck here. We came across some repurposed materials to be able to make the shelving deck out of here. So they're more robust than you would probably use, but we got them all for free. So thanks to Miss Amy, our neighbors, we were able to use the 2x4s as our decking. And so really we did all of this reno in this room that we're doing. I think is going to be right around, it's less than 500 for sure. This shelf over here that we're going to be making is going to be 4 foot wide. So the quart jar, I figured 9 inches from the base of the shelf or the deck of the shelf to the clearance spot up here for my spacing, which if I work that out, it ends up being 5 full shelves in here for spacing. So we're going to go 4 foot wide. We're going to go 17 inches off the ground to still get our 5-gallon bucket underneath it. And then we're going to go 9 inches of space from the existing decking material to the next material.
You guys, here is our completed root cellar renovation. I haven't moved all of my canned goods in, but look at how awesome this shelving is. I love what Josh and the kids did in here. It's wonderful. Like, I know it's hard in camera world and TV world, but to see how big it really is. But I can't show you the whole room from this angle because it's long and narrow. So I'll show you this side first. And I have Josh measured these shelves for me with a distance of a 1/2-gallon mason jar with some clearance. And plus it tucks in here. So, and there's a lip on every shelf so I won't have accidents with glass jars falling off. We measured the base to fit a 5-gallon bucket storage or a bin, you know, like anything that would be in a plastic tote. So these are my beautiful shelves, and you know, I've got like concrete floors in here, even though there's a little bit of moisture in the air. And we painted the walls with some nice ceiling paint. Josh did concrete to fill the holes because it's an old 100-year plus root cellar. And I just love how it turned out. And I'm so excited to get all of our stuff organized on here. And he also put in some lighting. It's probably going to be hard for you to see, but it's obviously very dark in here because it is a root cellar. We had one little light bulb, but now we have lots of lighting throughout. so I have plenty of light when we need to organize or come grab something. I'm just so delighted with storage. I'm sure you guys can understand. So that's this side. All right, Josh is going to show us this side. I already showed you the one side where he built all the shelves, and this is the other side. I'm sure we have a before picture that we could show you. And again, it's kind of hard to see. This is where the stone is back here.
Right.
Hard to capture it. But tell me about what you did on this side.
So this side we painted and we got the lights installed, and
That's right.
we had this concrete step thing here. So we put a lip on the edge here, and we built another shelf up here and here. So this is back to
two more shelves.
Yeah, this is back to the half-gallon jars, and then bigger things obviously can go in here, and then up in here we're back to the quarts.
I didn't have you do any pints because
That's
any
right, 'cause they
shelving
could
off
fit
of
in there,
pints
yeah.
because it's just not realistic for
what we do.
a large
So,
family. I'd rather have the option.
This was the 9-inch spacing for the quarts to slide in there, and then like I said, we just did everything in there. So
We didn't do anything fancy with the floor.
it's already concrete.
It's concrete
It's a
and
root cellar.
it's not pretty, but it's dry, and he vacuumed up all the dust and all the cobwebs and stuff like that.
So yeah, we put some sturdy shelves up here, and that really.
How long
This
is this to
is-
give people a reference from?
This is a full 8-foot long shelf with room for our milk crates that we put up over here. So a milk crate slides in here and here.
Or over there in the corner too.
Yeah, but
I actually have a freestanding shelf too. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
We don't have to use it, but
so
we have a free.
so we'll have this and wrapping up, and then we will be coming with a. Everyone's been asking for a pantry tour, so I'm super excited for the pantry tour.
But Annie is because it means organization in the root
Yes.
cellar. So I'm thrilled about it. Julianne is thrilled about it. Even
Yes.
Marie's thrilled about it because there's no more spiders in here right now. So
Right.
it's delightful.
It's when you, like I said, back to the other discussion we had, is when you look at the pre-built shelves.
Those
For
are
a
very
4-foot
expensive.
section, I think only 3 or 4 shelves high. Those were $80 to $110 each.
Because you don't want cheap ones when you're putting glass on them.
Right, you're putting so these things are because of our viewers. Once again, we put the lip on here. That was a big
Can't
suggestion.
really see it, but there's
Yeah, there's a I don't know that big of a lip.
that big
Yeah.
on the inside. I can't get in there and
So,
show you.
it's probably a couple inches.
See.
But they all
Nothing's coming off of
Everyone
these.
recommended putting a lip on there so we don't lose shelves. And even down here, we built.
Yeah, this doesn't look pretty, but it's practical.
Yeah, it's a practical.
This is going to
lip
hold
on here.
anything on these shelves. We ran out of our wood for this shelf, so we might, I don't know, we might be able to use the free wood to make something. We'll see.
Yeah,
Put
and I was able to
stuff on there.
salvage the old Plano Farmers Grain Company.
You can't really see. I'm too
The
short.
the old thermometer. that
This was
down here.
in here, and so we put it back up. Though Josh put it where I can't reach or see it. I don't know. He forgets that I'm 5'1". So anyway, really excited, you guys. Stay tuned. Very soon, we're gonna have the pantry tour. We're gonna get all this organized. It's been a little bit troublesome storing everything that belongs in here
Yeah.
out of here and keeping it neat. But now that it's done, we can fill this up and get everything in order, and then we'll show you around all of our stockpile and storage stuff in the root cellar, because we actually have another room that we store stuff in that we're going to move into here.
And I think we decided this room is about 24 long by 10 feet wide. So
super excited. Any order, bringing order to things just makes me happy. I'm sure you all can relate. So good job, honey. You did a great job. I love it. Thankful to the neighbors for free wood. Stay tuned for that pantry tour. I will show you guys where I keep all my food and what we're stocking up on. See you guys next time. Right?
yeah.